Hello kiddos, Jessy here on this beautiful fall day, which also happens to be day 7 of our 7-day Kids Wellness Challenge, which is Blissful Bites. Thank you so much for joining Katrina and I here at Rumi Zone for this 7-day Kids Wellness Challenge. I hope that you've had a total blast and I hope you've been enjoying your food throughout the week. First, Katrina's going to walk us step-by-step through a few fun breathing activities that you can do anytime, anywhere, that can help you be more mindful with your meals. So go ahead and tune in with Katrina for this fun and exciting activity, and then I'll be here after to review some of the activities that we've done so far this week. Take it away, Katrina.
Hi friends, I hope you've enjoyed all the practices and experiences that we've shared through this challenge that help you connect to your digestive system and nourishing your whole self, your body, your mind, your heart, your spirit. I'm going to offer you a few more tools that you could really practice anywhere, okay? They're simple, they're quick. So the first one is called 4-2-6 breath. So I'm going to practice it seated. You can really practice it from any place, but I invite you to practice it seated before you're going to eat a meal, maybe with your friends, your family, or at school. So if you'd like, join me in a comfortable place. Shake out any wiggles, and we'll use my ball to help us visualize it a few times. So let all the air out of your body through your nose. Let's inhale together for 1, 2, 3, 4. Be with the breath in your body for 1, 2, and exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep the breath in your body for 1, 2. Let it go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time with the counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be with the breath for 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now just watch my ball for the next 2. Good. Now let go of control of your breath and notice how you feel. That's going to help get your system ready to digest your food, to have a meal. So remember that 4-2-6 breath. Okay, the next tool is a hand shape. So bring your hands palms up. Join the tip of your thumb to the tip of your pinky. Now join these two together in front of you, and your ring fingers, join them. You can hold this somewhere near your belly. This is called Mira Mudra. It's the shape of nourishment. It helps us nourish our whole selves. So all you have to do is be with it. You could choose to come back to that 4-2-6 breath while you hold it, or you can just hold the shape and visualize your body being nourished by all the good things you eat. We'll hold it for just a moment. After your next out breath, let your hands go, maybe shake out your fingers a little bit. And then a very simple thing you can do is just put your hands on your belly. Just put them anywhere on your belly. One or both hands, whatever you do, doesn't matter. It's perfect. And before you're going to eat, ask yourself, what do I need? What does my body need? And with your hands on your belly, maybe with your eyes closed, just wait for an answer. Maybe it's some vegetables or some fruit. Maybe it's some protein to make you strong, or dairy. Maybe it's some grains for energy. Maybe it's a combination of those. But it's important to ask yourself, what do I need? After your next exhale, let your hands go, maybe shake out again. And then this is another fun tool. I have some stuff that goes on with my digestive system. Sometimes it doesn't feel the greatest, and maybe you experience that as well. At different times, your belly kind of feels upset. This is a tool that helps you calm your belly down and help it do its job of digesting your food. So, wave at me with your right hand. That's my hand over here. If you're looking at me, it might be on this side of your body. But your right hand, put it down by your hip, your lower belly. Okay? Now we'll slide it up the right side of your body towards your ribs, then across underneath your ribs to your other side, then down the left side of your body, and then back over to where you started. Now that's where our large intestine, it runs that way. It goes up, across, down, and kind of back over, okay? And that's the part that helps us get rid of the food that we don't need. After we've took everything from our food that we need, it gets rid of everything else when you go to the bathroom. So sometimes we need to give that part of ourselves some love. So you just go up, across, down, and back over as many times as you need to. You can do this laying down, standing up, or seated. So let's just do a few more together. Up, across, down, and back over. I already heard my belly making some noise, so it must be working. Let's do it one more time. Up, across, down, and back over. Good. So those are just some simple tools you can use to give your digestive system some love, to check in with what it needs, and to nourish your body. So I hope you use them. Thanks for practicing them with me. See you next time.
Welcome back, kiddos. Did you enjoy some of those breathing activities? You can do those anytime, anywhere, and they can be really, really helpful to help us be a little bit more mindful about the food that we're eating and to make the experience a little bit more enjoyable. So feel free to repeat those breathing exercises anytime, anywhere. So we're going to do a little bit of a recap of some of the activities that we've done throughout the week so far. On day 1 of the challenge, we started that activity off with a breathing activity that's called Sitali breath. And this breath was a little bit different than the breathing exercises that we typically do before our activities. How did you feel after doing that breathing exercise? And it's okay if you haven't done this yet. You can go back and do these activities anytime you'd like. Katrina has taught this activity in more depth, and I'll link her exercise below this video so that you can access it anytime, anywhere. So on day 1, we also did some affirmation exercises and our journaling activity. The journaling activity is optional. It's something that you could do throughout the week to keep a journal of the foods that you've been eating so that you can be mindful and reflect back on some of the sensory experiences that you may have had. On day 1, we also did an affirmation exercise where we repeated a few affirmations such as, I choose foods that fuel and support my body with love and gratitude. And then we also had a couple more in there. So feel free to reflect back on those affirmations. Affirmations can be really, really helpful because it helps our minds and body focus on setting positive intentions, which actually can have a really big impact. If we start our days with positive thoughts and intentions, we tend to set up our days for success. So if you ever want to start your day off on a positive note, try using some affirmations, and I'll link some of our affirmation activities in the video below as well, that you can access anytime you'd like. And then I walked you step by step through our journaling activity, which we did throughout the week. The journaling exercise is optional, but it is a really good and helpful activity that if you wanted to take notes and really cement in what you've been learning throughout the week, journaling can be a really excellent and helpful tool to help you do so. For this journaling activity, what I suggested for you to do was after each day of the week, for you to jot down notes in your journal about one meal that you had each day, and just taking notes on your 5 senses. So observing the color, scents, sounds, texture, and taste. Go ahead and pause me and take a moment to flip through your journal and reflect back on some of the experiences that you had and the meals that you had throughout the week. You can hit play when you're ready, and I'll be waiting right here. On day 2, we had a yoga for digestion class with Katrina. In this class, Katrina taught us a lot about digestion, and she taught us some really awesome poses that can help move food through our bodies and help us process and digest food in a really healthy and exciting way. Katrina also taught us about digestion and how our bodies can break down food, take in and absorb what it needs, and then releases what it doesn't need. And something that you may not know that's super special about this yoga class is that it actually gives you a lot of energy too. Are there certain poses that you felt a certain way after? Were there any poses that were a little bit challenging but also felt really awesome to achieve? Go ahead and pause me and think about your experience with Katrina, and then hit play when you're ready. On day 3, Katrina led us through a special garden meditation activity. During this meditation, we learned to really love and appreciate the food that we eat and to savor each and every tasty bite. Katrina also taught us a little bit more about digestive enzymes through this meditation, and she also helped encourage us to use our imagination. What does your garden look like? What were some of the foods that you picked out in your garden? Do you remember some of the flavors that you imagined tasting? Go ahead and pause me, reflect on this experience, and then you can hit play when you're ready. On day 4, you joined me on a 5 senses tasting experience activity. For this activity, we actually had a meal to work with, and we dived a little bit deeper in our 5 senses experiment that we've been journaling about throughout the week. In the beginning part of this activity, we did a meditation where we envisioned ourselves soaking in fuel from the food that we eat. Did you know that food is fuel? That can be a really fun and powerful tool to think about while you're eating food, because it is energy. So you are soaking in energy every time you take a bite of food. Now, what's important to keep in mind is the type of foods that we're eating. Certain foods can give us more energy and make us feel better than other foods. So quality of food is definitely something to keep in mind while we're eating. Then I walked you step by step with a 5 senses experience with your food, where we use sight, touch, sound, smell, and taste to explore our foods. It may have even gotten a little messy when you had to touch your food. What did you enjoy most about that experience? Was there a certain sense that stood out more than others? When dealing with food, most would say taste, but there may be other senses to you, like sound when you're chewing, that stood out more to you than others. Go ahead and hit pause. You can reflect back on that activity and hit play when you're ready. On day 5, we had a food group yoga activity with Katrina. This was a fun yoga class where you could really explore different shapes based off food groups and common foods that we enjoy each and every day. Was there a certain food group or pose that you enjoyed the most? Go ahead, think back on that activity as well, and then hit play when you're ready. On day 6, yesterday, you joined me on a Blissful Bites mindful eating activity where we became superheroes with our food. Being mindful about our foods and what we're eating can be a really powerful and awesome process that we can all enjoy. We learned about superfoods and how that impacts our bodies, and we learned all about the processes about how certain foods grow from the ground and how they're picked with loving hands by farmers and then are transported sometimes to grocery stores for us to purchase and bring home and enjoy. We learned about how to be grateful and how to really love and appreciate our food, enjoying each and every delicious bite, and to savor those delicious bites so that we can fuel up and feel good and grateful about the food that we're eating and be appreciative about where it came from and the journey that it took to get right in front of us so that we can enjoy it and soak in the benefits from it. Thank you so much for joining us for this October 7-Day Kids Wellness Challenge, Blissful Bites. We are so grateful that you joined us here on this challenge, and we hope you had an absolute blast. Thanks again for joining, and we'll see you here next month for our November challenge. We hope you enjoy your food between now and then.